And we're around. We're live and up to date. I could play this, but I'm not going to play that, so we'll just get rid of that. So this is Polygon Issuance number 107. It's the 13th of May in 2016, and Jeff is here and Matt isn't. We're not sure if Matt's going to join us. We'll see. Well, join us. I'd love to see who the us is. Well, me and you, the viewer. Isn't that nice? So anyway, over the last couple of days since last week, of course, guess what? No guest. Yay! Surprise, surprise, because we've pretty much given up on them for a while. Anyway, back to the weather of the last couple of days. There was some significant tornadoes down in Oklahoma. Surprise, in Oklahoma again. And of course, there's the video that's going around. I can't remember from where was it or who it was from, of the tornado down near Wynnewood, Oklahoma, where the telephone poles got pretty much yanked out of the ground. Trees went flying everywhere. And that tornado, I believe that one tornado killed one person. Not sure if there was more. And then there was another tornado that killed another or more. I haven't been paying attention to who's been getting killed and who hasn't been. But that tornado, that occurred on Monday. That's correct, Monday. And of course, there were a couple tornadoes on Mother's Day Sunday as well. Outside of that, there was a little bit of severe weather on Tuesday. And then it was quiet for a few days. There was a little bit of a severe weather risk up here today. That never really materialized because we had a few severe thunderstorm warnings west of Des Moines, which, of course, as is typical of late, I missed because I wasn't home. And there was a severe thunderstorm watch, which I missed, and I wasn't home. Except that I was witness to it raining, and it rained. This is typical. I will wait 5 minutes and it'll change weather. I went to my mother's house today to mow the front yard because I didn't do that yesterday. I did that. Well, my mother picked me up because I didn't want to drive with her. So anyway, I went over there, sky blue, crystal clear blue, no clouds anywhere. Then that was about 11 a.m., 11:15. By 1 p.m., the sky had clouded completely over and it was gray. By 2:30, it was pouring. By 2:30, 3 o'clock, pouring rain. 5 o'clock, rain has stopped. And now, as I'm doing this, because we're doing this, well, I'm doing this a little bit later than I normally do. It is 7:45 in the evening, and the sun just peeked out as the sky is clearing already. So in today's weather, if I had to do a weather icon, I would have had to use sunny, mostly sunny, partly sunny, mostly cloudy, cloudy, rain, because I never had a thunderstorm. Parts of the state did have thunderstorms. And then I would have had to bring, and then tonight I would have had probably clear. So we'll see if Matt comes. I'm not going to mention where Matt is. So that's up for debate. If Matt doesn't come within a few minutes, we'll just move along with what we're going to talk about, because I'll still continue to talk about the tornadoes down in Oklahoma. I have watched the coverage from Oklahoma City. Surprise, there's coverage. It's on YouTube. At least I've seen pieces of the coverage from Channel 5. And I've seen quite a bit from Channel 4, which is Mike Morgan's station, and Channel 9, which is David Payne's. And their coverage is excellent. It's people can go as they want about how the coverage is all entertainment and whatnot, which in some cases in Oklahoma, I think it is entertainment for people to watch severe weather coverage, given that Wynnewood, Oklahoma, Wynnewood, Joy Davis, down I-35, way south of Oklahoma City, is barely in their market. In fact, when that storm, the one that produced the tornado at Wynnewood, or south of Wynnewood, It went into Murray County, Oklahoma. According to what I see, Murray County is not in the Oklahoma City DMA. Many Oklahoma City stations cover Murray County, which includes the town of Sulphur. But it's technically not in their viewing area. But I would take the assumption all the TV stations in Oklahoma City are available on cable down there. It's mainly in what is considered to be the Sherman-Denison market of Texas, which would go up to Ada, which was the next county to the east from Murray County, which is actually in Pontotoc County. So they were, at the minute that storm went into Pontotoc County, they kind of let it go. They kind of continued to watch it. There was other storms that were tornadic. Well, one east of Norman that produced some brief funnels and a brief tornado, but it didn't last for long. And then there was one that was a very decent system that produced a couple of tornadoes near Stillwater in northern Oklahoma. But the thing that was of interest was, and I don't want to bring it up because of last week or the last episode when I tried to bring up YouTube videos, they did not like me. And so Google Hangouts and YouTube, given the fact they're the same company, they're with Alphabet, you would think they would coalesce with each other, but nope, they don't. So, but the storms that occurred on Monday, this was on Monday, except for the storm down south that was producing the major tornado, which ended up being an EF4. The storms north of there in central and northern Oklahoma were all LP. So you could see everything. You could see the wall cloud. You could see the updraft. You could see the clouds being pulled in. You could see everything. There was no precipitation. And I remarked this because David Payne mentioned this on his coverage on KWTV, that he said, and I would agree with him on this, the storms look like stuff you would see in Colorado or in the Oklahoma or Texas Panhandle, where there's very little moisture. The cells look fairly weak, but they're spinning crazy. It's like pure. It would be the type of storm that a lot of storm chasers would love, where they could get close, or they could be 3-4 miles away and still get a good tornado without having to go close, because there's no rain, there's no something obscuring the view of the tornado. And you didn't have anything obscuring any of these LP systems. Once they tended to, if they started to occlude back into the rain, then they tended to do that, but at least the ones in central and northern Oklahoma back on Monday, excuse me, I'm yawning, didn't do that. So that's what we had there. There's a couple of other systems back Sunday and then again later in the week, but nothing as significant as that stuff back on Monday across the area. Wednesday there was a little bit of severe weather, but that was mainly hail and wind, especially down there. So other than that, as I continue to yawn, excuse me, nothing much else occurred except it's getting cold. It figures it's May and now it's time for it to get cold. So we'll keep waiting, and I'll just keep blabbing to make sure that Matt comes or Matt doesn't come. We'll just see when and if he will come. He's probably in a bad area for cell service or computer service or both. So wait, okay, I want to make sure I'm putting this down. But I will say this. This is let's see, here we go. You can see this. This is the forecast for Cedar Rapids from the Weather Service. And these are not good temperatures. I don't like these. 30s? No way. No, thank you. A high of 53? That's nice. If it was March, it's not. It's May. So, yeah, it's going to get cold. Now, by a week from today, it'll be back into at least the 70s. So, we'll see if we can get some warmer air around. Oh, wait a minute. Now I got to find everything's flying away. Okay. So that's what we're what we're looking forward to right now is the warmer air coming in later next week. Outside of that, because we were last episode, which was last week, talking about tornado videos. So I continued to watch some more because there's Matthew. He's late. He was too busy. I did not mention. Oh, but by the way, Matt, we're live, so watch what you're doing.
Yes, sir. I figured. I apologize. I was having connectivity issues because I tried to test call you out of the blue, and then dinner ran a little bit too long. So I apologize greatly.
Okay. So anyway, I just mentioned everything that happened and whatnot, and the tornadoes in Oklahoma and blah blah blah.
Okay. Okay.
So Matt will tell us now, because I have not spoiled it yet, that Matt is going to tell us where he is.
I am currently about the 1,700 miles south of your location, currently at a resort in Cozumel, Mexico.
Yeah, that means he's going the other direction from most of the people there. I just got myself into trouble by saying that, but anyway. And to make Matt feel really bad, if he can still hear me, because now I can't hear anything from him. So
yes, sir, I can
hear you. Can't hear. I will now tell Matt the current conditions in Cedar Rapids right now.
Okay, I know where this is going.
This was as of the last hour at 7 o'clock. So this is not, it's almost 8 o'clock now. Current temperature in Cedar Rapids at 7 o'clock, 46 degrees with a wind chill of 38.
Wow.
Northwest wind 23, gusting to 32. Low temperature forecast tonight 37.
Wow.
High temperature tomorrow 53. Saturday night 36. You won't want to come back now. So,
no, because I got a weather report from the airport today. I don't know how current this is, just because I don't know if you can tell, but it's way dark outside right now. It's very dark. There's a little bit of light just above those umbrellas there.
Yeah.
Just to the left of those of that little light spot, there's some storms way off in the distance in mainland Mexico. There's a little bit of very subtle lightning way off on the horizon there as I'm walking on up to the shore at the resort here. But
yeah, right now
I guess I think this was gathered about noon because it was right at about peak heating. That's outside?
That's outside here right now. Because it rained today. We actually, here's the fun part. We actually had a severe weather risk today that never materialized. There was a watch, which was south of here, but it never happened. It's like, really?
Oh, it never panned out?
There was a few warnings near Des Moines before the watch was issued, and then nothing happened.
Oh, I got you.
This is why the temperature, because this morning I went over to, and I mentioned this earlier for those because Matt wasn't with us, that I went over to my mom's house to mow the front yard because I didn't do it yesterday because I had mowed the back. And this was at about 11:15, 11:30, pure sunshine, blue sky, no clouds. By 1 o'clock, the sky is grayed up. It is completely cloudy. By 2:30, it's pouring rain. And then just about 15 minutes ago, the sun came back out as it's starting to set because it's clearing now. And the wind is blowing like I said earlier, it's gusting 30. It didn't start doing that until about 5. And that's when the cold front hit. And it's just been, that's why the temperature is plummeting.
That was Fropa.
So, yeah, well, most of the cold front only came through, but it had stopped raining long before it. So there was a lot of, and there was a bit of thunder and lightning south of here, but nothing too crazy that I could tell. But I wasn't home most of the day, so. But see, you missed all the excitement.
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to get you some shots of the lightning. It's way off in the distance, but there's a little bit of lightning there, and it's interesting because it looks that yellowish color. Have you ever heard of Catatumbo lightning
Mm.
in South America?
Oh, if I've seen video probably, but I wasn't aware of what it was called. So
That's what this lightning reminds me of. It reminds me of that Catatumbo. It's very subtle yellow color, as opposed to the normal white that we're used to.
I don't know. I haven't seen any today because all I got was rain.
Keep watching my screen. I just saw a flash. They're kind of faint, so maybe they won't pick
It
up.
may
But
not
maybe it
pan
will.
out very well, given the fact that the connection may be and the internet may be and the video may be. So
Well, I have a connection now. I have a pretty good connection now.
yeah,
It's stable now. It's really stable now.
yeah. Well, I'm wondering about my internet connection with the wind blowing as much as it is. It is dying off a little bit now here, but
Oh yeah.
I mentioned before you came on about the big tornadoes that occurred in southern Oklahoma back on Monday,
Yes. That
and
was a little surprising to me.
they were rated EF4. So
Yeah, I was not expecting an EF4 out of that. So that's another thing that I have to learn about.
yeah, well, the thing was that I'm not sure. The one was rated EF4, and I'm not sure about the other because I completely lost track of what was going on. But I believe both might have been rated EF4. There was two of them. Maybe one was EF4 and the one was EF3, something to that effect.
The last graphic I saw from NWS Norman, the upgraded from EF3 to EF4, and then there was another tornado south of it from another storm that was upgraded from EF2 to EF3, and then the anticyclonic tornado associated with the EF4 was rated in the EF3.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up now.
I know it's on NWS Norman's Twitter feed. I know that.
Well, the thing is the weather service in Norman right now, they're a little tad busy because right now they have severe weather going on right now. There is as of right now, there is a watch, but it's north and west Oklahoma City, although there is a severe thunderstorm warning in Canadian County and Kingfisher County. So, and the cells they're very kind of all over the place. It's with the same front that's come through here. So, okay. But I'm looking at the thing. Then come on. Let's see. No, I don't want to look at all that stuff. No. Like how it's not. Ooh, excuse me. That's okay. Wait a minute. Well, they're not helping me with anything. So, oh well, that's not going to help me. So that was.
Hey Jeff, can you hear me? Is my audio okay?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Okay, because I have surf underneath me, braking, and I have people behind me working.
Working?
Yeah, there's people behind me working. Some of the employees here, I'll show you. There's some guys. They're getting ready to clean off some of the decking over here. I don't know if you can see that well. Okay. But they're about to start cleaning all this off. Yeah, I'm giving you an impromptu tour of my resort. There's the resort.
Which looks like which almost looks like that they didn't pay their electric bill.
No, there's just a lot of lights off because everybody's there eating dinner. That's where I just came from. I was eating dinner. There's one of the workers just walked by. There's the first pool right there. With all the chairs. It feels
so dark.
It is really dark. Tonight's the nice dinner night.
Oh, so they turned off all the lights.
Yeah, so I'm sort of dressed up in a polo and nice shorts and flip-flops.
If you were doing that out here right now, you'd be freezing. Yeah, I had to switch to wearing my sweatpants because it's actually cold in my apartment now.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, I don't like this. So, and it's going to stay cold.
Leaking the pools.
Yes, I want to be there, except I don't like hot weather.
It's not that hot. It feels like early June in Iowa, like a warm early June in Iowa. That's what it feels like.
It feels like the middle of March to here today.
And here's my favorite part. This is my favorite part right here. This is a swim up bar. And if you notice, right about there, that's swim up bench seats.
That are in the water.
Yeah, that are in the water.
Yeah.
And there's one of the famous bartenders taking care of business.
Yeah, now we're
There's some of the patrons. There's some of the guests eating dinner outside.
well, yeah, don't show them because they don't want to be on.
That's why I just showed them really quickly. I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah. So that's what's going on down there in the middle
Yep,
of.
that's a little tour of Cozumel Palace. I
Yeah.
highly recommend anybody come down here because all the wait staff, like him right there, you tip them $10 for a day, and they will take care of you the whole day. You will not go 1 minute with an empty drink in your hand.
Yay.
Very cool down here. Very, very good stuff.
Just don't drink the
Lots of
water.
cool weather here too.
Of course, for those that would know what I was discussing earlier this week when I just mentioned don't drink the water down there, unlike up here where I live, where I couldn't drink the water on Monday.
Yeah,
which was funny.
That's one thing. We can't drink the water here. Not the city water. We have to drink bottled water here.
Yeah, so that's why I said don't drink the water.
No. About the most you can do with it is shower with it.
And even then, you don't want that either. So.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault, but.
No, it's not.
So. Outside of the severe weather and this cold weather that seems to be coming, which is bringing frost and freeze advisories. Not here. Northwest Iowa has a frost advisory, but
yeah, I heard about that.
It snowed in South Dakota today.
Yikes.
There was, and I think Panovich put this up, where it showed that a model had forecasted a little bit of snow in West Virginia.
Wow,
later,
really?
I think this weekend, because it's going to get so cold. Because the flow is coming. It looks similar to what you would see in like January, February, almost like an Arctic blast,
okay.
But it's May. Arctic blast in May means temperatures into the 50s for highs and lows in the 30s, instead of it being what it should be right now in the low to mid 70s. And so, I mean, the cold day is going to be tomorrow. Then it's going to warm back up, but you won't be up here anyway, so.
Not yet. I leave Monday.
Yeah, about the time it'll be
cold.
Yeah, it'll be warmer by Monday. It'll be back into at least the 60s.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It's Monday is going to be in the mid 60s. So, because I'm still looking at the forecast for Cedar Rapids. It still says it's 65 for Monday and Tuesday. And an update: the temperature now in Cedar Rapids is 45 with a wind chill of 37.
Yikes.
So
yikes.
Come one, come all. Come
right.
to the fun weather where it's cold and crappy.
Or come here.
Where it's warm and hot and sweaty.
It's kind of great here. I can deal with warm. It's not that bad as long as you stay in the water.
The water temperature, okay, I'll ask you this. If you've gone into the water, what do you think the water temperature is there?
About 75.
Is that because you looked it up?
No, that's just kind of my feeling. Because I went snorkeling today. Pretty much right where you're looking, right up in there. There's a little cove in there. It's not real deep. It's probably only about 20 foot deep right here, but there's a little cove in there. And I went snorkeling, and the deeper you go, of course, the water's colder. But
Yeah.
when you're snorkeling, it's probably about 75 to. There's some spots that are probably 80 degrees.
Okay, I just looked up the water temperature at Cozumel, 82.
82? Wow.
And so it's getting up there.
That means it's supportive of hurricanes now.
Yeah. Except that with the trough digging in across the east, yeah, we're a couple of weeks early, but heck, we've already had a dame system in the Atlantic. You're not going to get anything.
What's that?
With the trough that's digging in across the east the next couple of days, and even though it's a little early, you ain't getting anything for a while. Maybe
I would assume
maybe
so
in the
anyway.
Bay of Campeche, but especially not at Cozumel.
No. What's interesting?
So
I don't know if you can see the moon right now. There's the moon. The
I
upper
can
level
see a dot.
clouds.
So
The upper level clouds, they move from west to east. But the interesting thing, the lower level clouds in the afternoon, when you start to just about reach convective temperature, the towering Q, they move east to west.
that's because you're far enough south. You're in the easterlies.
Oh, okay.
The upper level flow is still coming from the west because you're still in a sheared environment. Because that's why the flow. Because if it was that way in say June, July, you're gonna get still thunderstorms daily, and then they slowly dissipate. But you're not gonna get any kind of development of a hurricane. You would need to have it be a little bit better than it is. I mean, I'd have to look at a satellite image, which I can then bring up. But
I just thought it was interesting. I've never actually seen that before.
Never been to a climate where the flow is completely opposite.
Exactly.
Everything is still. In fact, I am looking right now at the satellite image, which I'm going to then show everybody, so because you'll see it too. So let me bring it up, because here's the satellite image. You're down here. If you can see it, I'm not sure you can, but
I'm not seeing it. But then again, there it is. There it goes.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, there's the storms I'm seeing.
See, so this is what you got, and it's kind of all over the place. Whereas up here, we have all this low clouds. Although the sun is setting, so it's still bright outside, but the sun's set. So then there's these thunderstorms. This is the front that was supposed to bring us severe weather, and it didn't. So and then there's all the storms blowing up in old Mexico, and there's this system, but all this cold air, you can just see this is cold air because it just looks cold.
Yep.
Right up here. So you're not going to want to come home. But I can put this in a loop because see if we go down here. See, this flow is all west to east, but it's the low level flow that's east to west. Because see, all these clouds are going west to east. But
I'm sorry?
the low level clouds are going the other direction, like you said.
Oh, okay.
And see, you can see there's flow out here in the Eastern Caribbean. There's storms blowing up in Hispaniola that are blowing off. This is not conducive for tropical weather. In fact, this is there's very few thunderstorms around, so that's kind of a bit, except right here. And this is likely what you're seeing down here where you are right now is actually from a front. Follow it, goes through Florida, and it comes out here. So you're actually getting a mid-latitude system, or storms are getting kind of flared up because of a mid-latitude system close, but it's like dissipating because it's getting too far south this time of the year.
Yeah.
Systems don't get that far south this time of the year, very rarely.
Oh, okay.
And when they do, they typically will start tropical systems, but atmosphere is too sheared, so you're not going to get anything. So it's pretty much a mid-latitude system that's kind of brushing by. And then
Okay, yeah, and it's just kicking off a couple storms.
That's why everything's blowing west to east a lot more than it probably would, because you're getting a mid-latitude system. That is the system that came through here 2 days ago. Yeah.
Okay.
This, I think, is the system that brought the severe weather back on. This may be actually the system that came through Oklahoma on Monday. It's been slow, maybe not. I think no. This was the second system that came through here. This was the Wednesday. This was the Wednesday storm. This is Wednesday storm. That's the Friday storm. Monday storm's out in the Atlantic somewhere. So, but yeah, that's what's happening right now. Cold air, warm air about out here. Got up above 100 and think in parts of Arizona. I think Phoenix, Tucson. So.
Oh wow.
So yeah, if you want to go to the hot weather, you got to go to Phoenix and Tucson.
Oh yikes!
And we're freezing and icky. Now we've made it to another place.
This is the main lobby. I'm outside, but all this is glass windows here. And then I'll go inside here. There's a bar right there. That's the inside. There's a couple chessboards sitting here, setting up. There's a couple people watching the hockey game. And then a nice little divider. I like that little divider. I don't know why. There's the very front of the resort right here, that door. Right in here, let me set my cup down. Right about there. That's the front door.
And cars
see traffic going by on the street up front. In fact, I'll take you up front. Out front. I think the Wi-Fi will reach. Hopefully, I don't get.
If he gets disconnected, we're gonna blame Mexico.
Yeah, I just got kidnapped. This is the front of the resort. There's the movie theater.
I thought he was going to say there's the Walmart, which would be funny.
Opened up 3D today. I don't know if you can see that. Angry Birds.
Yeah.
That's on the very top. But this is
we're starting to lose the Wi-Fi there, Matthew. The picture's coming in and it's going in and out really quickly, and your audio is starting to die.
Okay, let me get back in. All right, how am I now?
Better. It's getting better.
Okay, good. There's the elevators, because that's interesting. Back to my coffee cup, because I just finished dinner, and I like to have coffee right after dinner.
Yeah, what the worst thing is when I did my polygons in Oklahoma City, I didn't go wandering around the hotel. All I did was I just sat on the sofa in our living space, because Henry and I had a big we had a suite because we were.
Oh, okay.
And we were on the 11th floor with a view of the Oklahoma State Capitol building.
Oh, nice.
So I actually had positioned the camera, well, this thing, my laptop, pointed out the window to see the State Capitol building in one episode. The other episode, I was on the desk, which faced the front door of the hotel room. But if I had done that, I would have had to climb into the elevator with my laptop looking silly. With a bunch of weather people, I would have been like, ooh, weather people. What would I have done? Gone into the restaurant that's in the hotel and gone after weather people going, will you be on right now? Fun. Let's talk.
That would have been fun. That would have been pretty fun.
Well, the funny thing would have been is if I had a tape recorder, yes, tape recorder, but I mean, or anything to record something, to just record people while I was in the elevator or walking, or even during sessions or in between sessions at NWA, or any conference for that matter, where you would just get what people are saying. Because there's some things that I am not going to repeat. No, they didn't swear, but or do anything. But they're human. They would probably swear. But anyway, but there's just certain things that pretty much shocked me a little bit to a certain extent. Not really like, but I mean, they're
sudden realization things that they're actual human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that sense with Charles Doswell when I was at the NWA meeting in Des Moines a couple months ago. I heard him talking to Tim Marshall, and some of the things that I heard him say were in the same way shocking. Like, not like, oh my God, here's a revelation about.
Doswell swears every other word. That's nothing new.
But actually, he didn't swear much at all. I didn't hear him swear a whole lot, which was surprising because I know he's a veteran.
Yeah. He went to Vietnam? Yes.
He did go to Vietnam.
Yeah.
But he was only there for a very, very short time, and he never saw combat because they realized that he was good at weather.
Yeah.
Do you have another military reference? The TV show The Band of Brothers.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Okay, well, there's a brand of whiskey that one of the main characters drinks, and here it is right here. That's 69.
Uh-oh, you're getting excited about it.
Yes. Later. Coffee now. One of the bartenders was like, do you want a shot? You want a shot? I'm going to go back outside.
So,
very
after the show is over, we know what
chilly.
Matt will be having.
Hey, you got to have a little bit of a beverage here and there.
He's going to have a little bit of VAT 69.
I might. I've never had it before, so I might. I think we have a helicopter coming in here.
Uh-oh.
In the distance.
That's for the
first helicopter I've seen today.
The ritzier people.
Well, since I've been here. Yeah, the really rich people stay kind of down. You see that string of lights, that string of 3 or 4 lights?
I see a bunch of lights.
Right. Where's my finger? Right there?
Yeah, the big lights that look like.
That is the ferry that goes across to Cancun. The lights over there that are like, okay, you see the string of lights right. Where's my finger again? Come on. Right here?
Yeah.
You see the straight lights straight above that right here? Right above the tip of my finger? That's Cancun.
I just see one dot. I just see a dot.
Right. There's a bunch more because this camera isn't really doing a very good job. There's a lot more, but there's Cancun and there's one more dot over here to the south, I guess you could say, or to the left. That's Playa del Carmen.
Okay.
But what'll happen is that the rich people will land over there in Cancun or Playa del Carmen, take a helicopter over here to the resort, which is that string of yellow lights there. There's a really fancy resort right up there.
Yeah.
At the very top of my finger.
Yeah.
That's the really, really, really rich people resort.
Yeah, we don't get that.
No. We don't get to go that far.
So
actually, that's an aircraft. I can hear it. It's an aircraft.
It's
not a helicopter. It's an actual plane, which is surprising. craft I've seen since I've been here.
Now,
Because we're not exactly in the flight path.
uh-oh. Now there's going to be trouble.
Yeah. The cartels are here to come get me.
Either that or weather people.
Yeah, right? That Matt guy from Polygon, I don't know about him. Let's go get him.
Okay, wait a minute. We have to stop. Because
Okay.
I was starting to discuss this, and then you came on it and you got me off that. We were talking about the tornado videos last week. You know, tornado video, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
I don't know if you got to watch any more of them before you took off.
No, because I had a bit of a passport complete disaster, which I'll explain later. But no.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's just say it required a last-minute drive to Minneapolis and back.
Yeah, figures.
Yes.
They found out
fun.
that he was the cartel, and they were coming to get him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm part of the Sinaloa cartel. No, I'm not. Not
Yeah,
really.
don't mention that in front outside while you're there. So.
Yeah, right. I don't
But
want to get kidnapped.
anyway, you know, I'm talking about Tornado Video Classics. I gave you the 3, the blah, 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 the ones that Grazoulis made.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, of course, on YouTube, the second one is a bit shaky because I think it's not very. I think it was the way it was recorded onto
Yeah.
YouTube. It's really bouncy. Okay. Tornado Video Classics 3. I'd watched it before, not paying attention. Evidently, I didn't pay attention because I watched it again. And then there's this person that comes on the screen you don't see the person, you just hear them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that person sounds familiar.
Okay.
And they're chasing a tornado. This was in 95, so that was during the Texas Panhandle tornadoes everywhere. 1995 June
Pampa.
Tornadoes. Like Pampa, Dimmitt, so and so, blah blah blah. Okay, so we're getting to there. And the man's like, this sounds familiar. It's no other chaser I've known of, but it's a person that I've known had chased before.
Okay.
The person in question, Mike Morgan.
Really?
And we are talking about the Mike Morgan on television.
The K4 Mike Morgan.
Yes. And that's who it was.
Wow.
And he chased. And I did not see him going into the tornado. I didn't see him getting close, although he got a little too close and got scared to a certain extent. But the weird thing is he started describing tornadoes. He started rating them. I'm thinking, oh, my God, he was doing that in 95. So he was been doing it for years. So I don't know. But he was really freaking out to a certain extent. I think he's a little mellowed more now, a little bit. So he doesn't tend to get as excited, because I watched K4's coverage. I didn't watch it live. I was watching Channel 9 on Monday.
Now, which tornadoes are you speaking of?
Which ones are we talking about now? The ones in 95 or the ones in 2000 or the ones?
Which tornadoes was Mike chasing that?
Fudge. I'm gonna have to look because I don't know. I'd have to look because I don't dare try to start to YouTube because it didn't like me the last time.
Oh, okay. Then we'll save that question for later.
Yeah, I'm kind of bouncing off again because I'm back. I'm looking at the current conditions across the state of Iowa right now. The coldest temperature.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making you feel great that you're not up here. The coldest temperature in the state. The coldest temperature in the state right now is 41. And
wow.
That's in Esterville. So warmest temperature is 52. Of course, now I'm looking outside. I can still see light, but sun's already set. So
that's just crazy, just how little bit east I am of you physically, but yet it's been dark for a half hour at least.
Yeah,
like total dark like this.
Well, when you came on, I noticed it was quite a bit dark there when you came on, and I was looking outside and I could see the sun setting.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell the difference. Now, the camera doesn't do it justice. There might be some light, barely, maybe in the far western horizon, but probably not much. Whereas here, I can still see. I could still see outside.
There is zero light to the west, other than the city lights of Cancun and Playa del Carmen.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Well,
there's...
sunlight.
Yeah, so... But then you got to realize, too, up here, we get more sunlight than they do. Because we're further... I'm way further north than where you are right now. So, your sunrise will be... Tomorrow morning will be later than mine. It gets light here now, way out, like about 5:30, even 5. I think at 5 a.m. you can start seeing the light.
Oh boy, I'm being summoned, and they're about ready to start the show tonight, and it's going to get loud, so I'm going to have to get off of here.
Okay, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that was Matt reporting live from Cozumel. So I want, because that's why I said I didn't want to spoil it for anybody. So he's being summoned because he's going to go to a show, evidently. So, and we were going to, because I didn't want this to go too long anyway, because because with Matt being out of the country, evidently. So anyway, so thanks everybody. We're going to hope to gosh we're going to start getting guests again. I know people are probably complaining, why aren't you getting guests? We're trying. We honestly are. So, but to an extent, it feels like it's getting there. So anyway, so we'll see you next week for another edition of Polygon. Ooh, that sounds good. I might just do that now instead of trying to fake it or fake something else. Bye-bye.